Foolish mortals, what's up? Lightboltjoe here. Today we are going to discuss the third Tales from the Haunted Mansion book, Volume 3, Grinning Ghosts. Grinning Ghosts. Our resident librarian, Amicus Arcane, is back to tell us 3 more grim ghost stories. Grinning ghost stories. It involves 3 main characters, Declan, Marge, and Pasquale, however you want to say it. Pasquale. There's 2 ways to say it. We are introduced now to items in the Haunted Mansion. Yes, Phineas, Ezra, and Gus, they are our hitchhiking ghosts that they are. We see them in the beginning, we see them in the end of the book. So Declan, Marge, and Pascal are hired to transport 3 crates from the port in New Orleans Square up to Eternal Grace Cemetery's Haunted Mansion, right? So they go up. They're all ex-cons. They're all going straight. They're making a good living. So what's in the 3 crates? One crate houses the haunted piano that we have in the Haunted Mansion. The other crate houses the mummy from, the what's the king's something in the Nile. Man, I'm terrible with my history right now. The brain is just. The brain is just so scattered right now. King Tombs? I don't remember. I feel ashamed, absolutely ashamed. I can't remember something of the kings. I don't know if I can find it. Anywho, and then the third one is the breathing door that we see, in our travels through the Haunted Mansion. So how are these 3 items haunted? Why are these 3 main characters bringing these 3 haunted items back to the Haunted Mansion? It's not actually explained. Amicus Arcane is not actually explaining why these items are coming back to the Haunted Mansion. Because he keeps saying they're coming back to the Haunted Mansion. They're back where they belong. But then throughout the book, there's a lot of... I didn't really like this book, to be honest. A lot of the time he was saying, don't take what doesn't belong to you. There's curses with things, like, things should stay where they belong, and but he's alluding to the fact that these 3 items belong in the Haunted Mansion, but as he's explaining them, the breathing door belongs in Salem, because it was chopped down in the Nebaton in 1692 by this girl Ellen's father to make this door, right? And then she had to fight witches to save her father's life, right? That's that story. The mummy from the King's Tombs, or Valley of the Kings. Oh, I got it. Valley of the Kings. I figured it out. That mummy had a curse based off the tennis tee that the archaeologist found and decided to just mass produce, and there was issues with that. And then this main character, Declan, tries to steal the rubies out of the sarcophagus. And then he winds up being one of the 909 unhappy haunts when Pascal and Marge go on their way after they look at the map made of human flesh. And then the piano, which is the first story we have, is haunted because of a school teacher who had passed. And then one of the students had stolen one of her compositions and claimed it was his for a scholarship, but then another student knows that he stole it, so there's this whole drama going on. But it's confusing because we get these backstories of these items, right? But why is Amicus telling us, don't take what doesn't belong to you, or else there's consequences, right? And at the end, literally, it says, where is his little speech? Bear with me. Never take something that isn't yours, lest something that isn't yours take you. Right? That's clever. So why the hell are there these 3 items in the Haunted Mansion if they don't belong to the Haunted Mansion? It doesn't tell you if they were gifted or not. If they were gifted to the Haunted Mansion, because the Haunted Mansion has a whole treasure trove of artifacts, right? It's a museum in itself. But how does one obtain these items? It doesn't tell you. Is Mr. Gracie, the master of the house, is he the one who is obtaining these artifacts? If so, how? We know Constance, the axe murdering wife, is in the attic still, because we see her again when Declan is going around trying to run away with his rubies. But it's not actually explained why these materials, why these items are in the Haunted Mansion, whether they were gifted or not. And then why is the Amicus telling us don't take what doesn't belong to you if they literally have items that don't belong to them? And then we get the whole backstory of the origin of the items. So this was a little wonky of a read. It's still a good read. It's still a good horror story, like the three of them. It's good, anticipation, and I loved the Salem story. That was really neat. I love the Nemeton. I love the fact that Samhain is referenced as Halloween within the naturalist aspect. There's a lot of history that goes into that particular story, and the Valley of the Kings is awesome. Egyptology is amazing. So it was nice seeing those different aspects, talking about different glyphs, talking about different witchcrafts, etc. I have an issue with this. The other two books were really good with the little twists here and there that that kid William or Billy is Willa's brother. I like that twist. But this one didn't make sense. Unless somewhere it was left out that these three items were gifts to the Haunted Mansion. But if they were gifts, why are they gifts? Because the whole book is all about do not take what does not belong to you. Leave the things where they go. Leave the things where they are. Has anyone read this book? The third, volume 3, Grinning Ghosts of Tales from the Haunted Mansion? Because I'm confused, and I need someone to answer the questions that I had just discussed. Because did I miss something? Was there a whole part of the book that I just didn't read? Because it doesn't. It's not even an enigma. It's just hypocritical. It's a hypocritical book, which is unfortunate because it's a good series so far. We got one book left, volume 4. Let's see how far we can read into it. We are there now at the beginning of November. My objective of finishing all of these, plus the Hocus Pocus book and sequel before Halloween, clearly was a farce, but it happens. I am busy. I am busy. And sleep is very important. I make sure to get between 8 to 9 hours of sleep each night. It is the thing I do. I would much rather sleep than go out and gallivant at a bar. Not my thing. I would much rather read, watch something, or sleep. I love it. It's great. And I need to sleep. Mucho mahalo.